We are now visiting the Sky View Observatory at Columbia Center in downtown Seattle. The Sky View Observatory at Columbia Center in downtown Seattle is the ideal first stop on your visit to the Emerald City. Sky View Observatory is located on the 73rd floor of Columbia Center. At 902 feet, it offers the tallest public viewing area in the Pacific Northwest. The 360-degree panoramic view includes Mount Rainier, Bellevue, the Cascade Mountains, Ment Baker, Elliott Bay, the Olympic Mountains, the Space Needle, and the city of Seattle. The Columbia Center, developed by Martin Seelig and designed by Chester Lindsay Architects, began construction in 1982 and was completed in 1985. At the time of its completion, it was the tallest structure on the West Coast. The building's design features three connected triangular shapes, giving it a distinctive silhouette. Clad in smoke-tempered glass and carnelian granite, the structure boasts 8,800 windows, 2,100 hydronic heat pumps, 48 elevators, and 6 escalators. The many technical innovations required for such a large-scale project, such as viscoelastic dampers and triangle-shaped bracing, enable Columbia Center to withstand earthquakes and hurricane-force winds, making it one of the strongest and safest buildings in the Pacific Northwest. The Sky View Observatory opened permanently to the public in 2013, quickly becoming a premier Seattle attraction. Typically less crowded than the Space Needle, offering a more relaxed local feel with timed tickets to manage visitor flow. Tickets can be purchased online, directly through their webpage, or at the Sky View Observatory box office ticket kiosk inside the building, or using the Seattle C3 attraction by City Pass. We are excited to take you up to the 73rd floor. Thank you. Guests ascend 73 floors in 70 seconds in an immersive elevator ride that whisks them to the observatory. Here we are. A stunning 360-degree panoramic views of Seattle and the Pacific Northwest. This is the Interstate 5, or I-5. It is an interstate highway on the West Coast that serves as the region's primary north-south route. It spans 277 miles across the state of Washington, from the Oregon state border at Vancouver, through the Puget Sound region to the Canadian border at Blaine. Sky View Observatory is also the perfect location to host private events, proposals, corporate gatherings, and weddings with capacity up to 350 guests. Exclusive catering and bar services available through partnered providers, ideal for unforgettable celebrations. Find here floor-to-ceiling windows that provide unobstructed views in every direction, seating areas, interpretive signs, and the Sky View Cafe and Bar, serving local beer, wine, cocktails, snacks, and light meals. This is the Seattle Great Wheel. The Seattle Great Wheel is a 175 feet Ferris wheel at Pier 57 on Elliott Bay. It was the tallest Ferris wheel on the west coast of the United States when it opened in June 2012. This building is the Seattle Municipal Tower. It is a government office. The Seattle Municipal Tower is a skyscraper with 722 feet. It is the fifth tallest building in the city and was completed in 1990. This is the Space Needle. The Space Needle is an observation tower. It was built in the Seattle Center for the 1962 World's Fair, which drew over 2.3 million visitors. At 605 feet high, the Space Needle was once the tallest structure west of the Mississippi River. The tower is 138 feet wide, weighs 9,450 tons, and is built to withstand winds of up to 200 miles per hour and earthquakes of up to 9.0 magnitude, as strong as the 1700 Cascadia earthquake. The Seattle Waterways. This is the Columbia Center model. In July 1982, construction began with first soldier pile for excavation support wall drilled. Originally designed to be 1,005 feet tall, the FAA shortened the building for flight paths into Seattle Airport. In April 1983, a full-scale mock-up window system being prepared for a dynamic water test. An airplane engine created hurricane-force winds on windows to test water tightness of design. July 1983, first floor level, steelwork begins, Columbia Center rises into Seattle's skyline. August 1984, a 50 by 100 U.S. flag was hung to commemorate structural steel completion. January 12, 1985, Columbia Center completed. March 2, 1985, grand opening. The window frames required 650,000 pounds of aluminum total force of wind on structure equals approximately 15 million pounds. This is a wall of Seattle icons. The Columbia Center, completed in 1985, is 937 feet tall. The Space Needle, completed in 1962, is 605 feet tall. The Smith Tower, completed in 1914, is 462 feet tall. The Alaska Building, completed in 1904, is 203 feet tall. The Seattle Public Library, completed in 2004, is 185 feet tall. The Seattle Great Wheel, completed in 2012, is 175 feet tall. The MO Pop, completed in 2000, is 85 feet tall. The Hammering Man, completed in 1992, is 48 feet tall. Grand in their own way, each of these select icons contributed in making Seattle the dynamic city it is today. This is the Smith Tower. It was the tallest building west of the Mississippi until 1931. This is one of Seattle Fast Ferry. Could be Kingston or Bremerton or Southworth. This is the map of the Olympic Peninsula. The Olympic Mountains, the rock of the Olympics, developed under the ocean. Marine fossils are embedded in the mountain summits. At 7,980 feet, Mount Olympus is the highest peak, named by English captain John Meares, who stated that these mountains are beautiful enough for the gods to dwell there. Pioneer Square was once the heart of Seattle's founding settlers in 1852. The original structures in the neighborhood were mostly wooden and nearly all burned in the Great Seattle Fire of 1889. By the end of 1890, dozens of brick and stone buildings had been erected replacing the old. Lumen Field, it is the home field for the Seattle Seahawks of the National Football League, NFL, Seattle Sounders FC of Major League Soccer, MLS, and Seattle Reign FC of the National Women's Soccer League, NWSL. CenturyLink Field, home of Seahawks, Sounders FC, and Ray FC. Safeco Field, home of the Mariners. King Dome, established in the current location of Lumen Field. It was imploded in March of 2000.
Mount Rainier. Elevation 14,401 feet. The slopes and the ridges of Mount Rainier have been carved by 25 glaciers over millions of years. Mount Rainier is the highest mountain in the Cascade Range. It has the most heavily glacied peak in the lower 28 states. 26 major glaciers and 36 square miles of permanent snowfields and glaciers. You can view the largest glacier in the continental U.S. from Mount Rainier National Park. There's a more clearer view out here. Not clear.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. See you in the next one.